Thank you. To ask the Scottish Government what its response is to reports that Police Scotland has issued more than 100,000 recorded police warnings over the past 5 years.
Cabinet Secretary Angela Constance.
Presiding Officer, the use of recorded police warnings is an established part of the Scottish justice system. The purpose of recorded police warnings is to provide police officers with a speedy, effective and proportionate means of dealing with certain less serious offending behaviour. The current system was introduced in 2016, replacing the previous system of formal adult warnings. In England and Wales, there is a long-established system of simple cautions, which is broadly similar. The Lord Advocate issues guidance to Police Scotland on their operation of the scheme. Decisions about when to issue recorded police warnings are an independent operational matter for Police Scotland.
Russel Findlay.
Thank you. In 2016, the SNP government said that recorded police warnings would only be used for, and I quote, very minor offences, with Police Scotland saying that would again only be used, quoting, and not be used for any offence of violence. Now we discover that they have been used for violence and for fraud and housebreaking and theft and fire raising. And most shocking of all, in response to almost 50 sex crimes. So does the Cabinet Secretary really think these crimes are minor, and will she explain why the public was misled?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, I would of course challenge Mr Finlay on his narrative that doesn't always stand up to scrutiny or indeed the substance of the matter in hand. It is important to say, Presiding Officer, that the guidelines, the operational guidelines that Police Scotland operate to is indeed publicly available, and they're very clear about the types and severity of offences that are not appropriate for a recorded police warning. That information is publicly available. As Mr Finlay, I am sure, is well aware, under the Police and Fire Reform Act, Scottish ministers are unable to investigate alleged crime, nor do we have the power to instruct the police to investigate alleged criminal activity. This is an important part of our system in terms of separation of powers and to keep policing free from political interference, something I support, and I am sure that Mr Finlay does also. If individuals are unhappy with any outcome of any case, they can of course raise this directly with Police Scotland. If they are unsatisfied with the response from Police Scotland, they can of course go to the Police Investigation and Review Commission.
Russel Findlay.
Thank you. There's a fundamental lack of transparency about exactly how or why recorded police warnings are being used. This risks creating a parallel system of secret justice, and new statistics show that more than 7,500 shoplifters were issued with these warnings instead of being prosecuted. Scottish retailers are in despair. They tell me that there are no consequences for organised gangs who terrorise staff and prey on shops serving our communities. So why has the SNP government effectively decriminalised shoplifting by stealth?
Cabinet Secretary. Again, Presiding Officer, I think Mr Finlay, his narrative does not stand up to the facts. As I indicated in my earlier response, the operational guidance that Police Scotland work to, that guidance which is publicly available, there is nothing hidden about this, it clearly states that persistent or alarming conduct should not be considered for a recorded police warning. Neither should major disturbances, nor indeed offences where there are repeat victims. And as I stated very clearly, Presiding Officer, the issuing of recorded police warning is a matter for individual police officers to allow them to make greater use of discretion once they have fully assessed each individual incident.
Audrey Nicholl.
Thank you. I note that Chief Superintendent Gordon McCready has said that the recorded police warning allows officers in appropriate circumstances and on a case-by-case basis to use their discretion to deal with offences on the spot. Can I ask the Cabinet Secretary to outline what the impact would be if we did not have a system such as a recorded police warning option for minor offences?
Cabinet Secretary.
Presiding Officer, the benefit of having such a system is to ensure that the court system can be focused on cases that need to be prosecuted. There is, of course, also the importance of delivery of quicker justice, and this helps free up officer time to focus on more serious offences. A recorded police warning is also a proportionate response for someone who has committed an offence that is considered less serious once the facts of the circumstance have been investigated, and it also avoids the potential harm that may arise in someone receiving a criminal conviction for the first time. Clearly, prosecution in court is needed for many cases, but the use of recorded police warnings where the police use their judgment and knowledge in assessing how best to deal with an offence is a sensible way to help develop justice.